Hello everybody, it's Sarah here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my experience teaching English in Japan, and I have to say it is just my experience. I don't know about other people, other cities, and other schools, so it's just my experience. At first, I'm going to talk about how I could find a job. There are so many websites, not actually so many, some websites like DaiJob or YOLO Japan that you can search for like job openings for foreigners. Most of them need like at least a basic level of Japanese, but when it comes to English teaching jobs, I think that only English is enough. Especially if you're a native speaker, that would be okay. Especially if you're an American native speaker, because most of the schools in Japan need someone who speak an American accent, and their courses and everything is based on American English. But in general, if you're a native speaker, you're so lucky and it will be really easier for you to find a job. I am not a native speaker, it was kind of challenging for me. Because everywhere that I called was like, okay, you're not a native speaker, so we don't want you. So I applied through these websites, and also what I did was like finding English institutions and English schools on the map and called them, or like I found their email address and like emailed them. But I couldn't find a job through that because there were like job openings, but like they wanted someone native. This job that I found was on DaiJob, and they called me and they said that there would be a test day. I went there and they saw me, and lucky me, they hired me. And how was the process? The first 2 weeks were about training, and then I started to teach like regularly as a regular teacher. So the training is like just sitting in the class and seeing like how the class goes. And then you start the real one. In the real one, there are two teachers. One of them is Japanese, one of them is the English teacher. In my school, my responsibility is just to have a routine, like greetings at first, like a vocabulary, then talking with the children, singing a song, playing with them, and the class is finished. Every class is 1 hour. And you don't have any responsibility to like meddle in if there is a conflict, if some children are crying, if they are talking in the class. It's all on the Japanese teacher. So you just need to speak English, be loud and clear. There are different levels, of course. Younger ones are like at my school, like yellow, blue, and purple. Yellow ones are the younger ones, and I would say when it comes to difficulty, for me, the yellow ones are the most difficult. And the purple ones are the easiest, because at least you can develop a conversation and they understand what you say, and they don't talk that much. They are quieter, at least in my classes, but the younger ones, especially when there are so many young students, that would be somehow difficult because they are so noisy and talk and talk and talk, and it's a bit difficult to teach them. But again, it's not my responsibility to tell them like be quiet or something. It's on Japanese teacher. Also, when it comes to younger children, they need to like go to bathroom and stuff, or something would happen like once a child had like nose bleeding in the class, and again it's on Japanese teacher to take care of it. So as I said, you just talk English. How's the wage and the payment? For the training is the lowest wage, and the lowest wage in Sapporo city is like 1,000 yen, 1,010 yen. The 10 yen is so important. So hourly you get just 1,000 yen. And in my school, after starting like being the regular teacher, the payment is around 2,800, between 3,200 based on your level of experience. I was not that experienced. I didn't have like noticeable experience in teaching, just some voluntary jobs back home. So I get the lowest, which is 2,800. And to be honest, I think in Sapporo it's possible to live with that much money if you are a student living in the dorm, which is cheaper than like having a regular house in the city. And if you're coming like for working holiday, of course you can work for more than 28 hours. I think 40, I'm not sure. So I think that would be enough in a city like Sapporo, at least to have a life, be able to go out sometimes. And yeah, and actually now I'm going to talk about if it's difficult to be a teacher here or not. Again, it's about my experience and the school that I've been teaching. I would say with younger ones it's a bit difficult for me because, as I said, they are noisy, and to be honest, I get headaches easily, and sometimes, especially the first days, I always came home with a headache, and it was difficult for me. With the older ones, I would say it's pretty easy, and again, because there are 2 teachers in the class, then that would be okay. But in the end, I would say it depends on you. If you have been a teacher, if you like teaching, okay, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's based on your major, based on your experience. So if you know a skill, if you are, for example, an engineer or if you're working in another field, it's better to have some Japanese knowledge, come here and find a job related to your studies and to your major for sure. I think if you're an IT guy or like working in computer engineering or data science and this stuff, that would be okay for you, because most of these jobs just need English and they don't need Japanese skills. Or if you're going to work in an international company, English would be enough. But most of the times you need at least some basic Japanese language, especially if you're a student and you think you are not a native speaker, or if it's difficult for you to find a teaching English job and you want to do a general job, then having a basic conversational level of Japanese is important. But I have to say that these jobs, like part-time general jobs like being a cashier or something, like working in a cafe, they have the minimum wage, which means around, for Sapporo is around 1,000, as I said. In bigger cities, I think it's higher. Again, if you're living in the dorm, maybe it would be enough. But the important point is to know some Japanese. And in the end, I just want to say that if you're an English teacher, maybe it would be a good option to think about Japan and teaching in Japan. Based on your experience and your preferences, maybe you can find a good job here. I would say if you are an experienced teacher, maybe you can teach like older people, like business English or this stuff. I could not, because I'm not experienced, but I've seen that there are jobs for like teaching business English. I think the payment would be better, and maybe you can have like private lessons. In my school, some teachers have private lessons and they get paid really higher. So if you're an experienced, think about having private lessons or applying for like higher levels of teaching English, not just like for children. Teaching to children has the lowest payment, and I think it is the most difficult one. In the end, I hope you like this video and I could help you if you're thinking about moving to Japan and teaching English during a working holiday or something like that. And if you have a question or something, just comment below and I will answer it. Also, if you like the video, please like it, subscribe, so I can make more videos. See you. Have a nice day, maybe nice night, any time of the day that you're watching this video. I hope it would be nice for you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.